Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays Race the Sun. I did a bit of grinding off camera, so I'm actually pretty familiar with this seed. We have some new stuff unlocked, which we will hopefully see along the way. We unlocked another pickup, and I got us some more pips, so hopefully things go better. I also discovered that there is a first-person view, which I quite like, so we're using that at the same time. I would like to know what you think about it, if you prefer the third-person view. You know, I don't get motion sickness from games very much, so if that does cause you motion sickness, I would like to know about that so I can switch it up. I like this camera because it feels a little bit more intimate, a little bit more on the ground. It's harder to tell where your wings are, and I've been clipping a lot of stuff because of that, but I just find it really fun. And we may switch back just because of the wings issue. It is really hard to tell where your wings are. But the main thing that we're looking for is this new pickup that we've unlocked, which will actually... We need to do it in order to get one of the next pips. And it's a pretty annoying pickup, actually. It doesn't provide a lot of gameplay, I guess is how I'll put it. But we need to get it in order to continue on. And that's going to require surviving pretty far. Now this does feel like a pretty easy seed. I felt like I was making a lot of progress. But there it is, warp through one region. So we just need to pick up that item. 25 tries in one region is going to be very hard. And of course, only turn left is going to be extremely difficult. I tried doing it off camera, and just was not able to find that route. So we're just going to keep at it. And it's pretty easy to just go down the middle, at least in World 1. World 2 didn't seem all that tricky. I think it's probably the most difficult. Well, no, World 4 is very difficult. After World 3, it picks up quite a lot in difficulty. But Worlds 1, 2, and 3 have been pretty forgiving, and I think we only need World 2 in order to get what we want. I remember seeing one of the things that we need right down there. And I don't remember where the world portals are. We're going to have to pay very careful attention to that. I remember that we do pass them. I remember passing quite a lot of them along as I was grinding. And that's where we're most likely to be able to get those 25 tries. We might be able to do it in... Oh, there was the item that we needed, so it was just a bit to the left there. That is something that we need to be really aware of. It was kind of hiding behind something, and so it may take us a few attempts to get it, but we need to pick up that item to progress. And basically we're just going to go down the middle, except when we come to something where it's really natural to go diagonally. And then we will take that. But we're not going to do anything fancy unless we see a pickup like that. And that diagonal will actually put us right back where we would have been anyway. So that is pretty good. We're basically doing things the most consistent way that I know how to do them. There we go. Didn't get a ton of tries. But we're not going to aim for that just yet. Would have really liked an energy there. I'm a little concerned now. So Region 2, once again, we're going to try and stick to the middle course. And, oh, there was one. So there's one we can actually get to pretty consistently. We just need to go a little farther to the right. And we were actually... Region 2 gave us an opportunity to go farther to the right. So we're just going to need to take that next time. and basically do exactly what we did last time. Just very carefully, try and stick to a straight line, and only deviate from that line when we have to or when we see a pickup. And I'm a little concerned that I saw some stuff that I think was to our left last time. So it may be that this is less consistent. Yeah, I'm not recognizing this territory. So we'll have to see, where that puts us. This may not be as consistent as I thought it was. That's something that we're going to have to pay a lot of attention to, because if things are not consistent, then we're going to have a much harder time. But there's the thing we need. That takes us right to the end of the level, and will give us the thing that we need. So it's pretty bad for your score, but it will get you what you need. We did get the second portal that we needed. This region ended up making that not that difficult. Or this seed, rather. I don't remember which region it was that we ran into one. I believe it was fairly late, like region 4 or 5. I got one extremely long run that I was pretty proud of. There, we need that energy. Oh, and there we're going to use our emergency portal. And so there's another energy for us, and another one. That's going to help us out considerably. I'm getting more consistent with those post alleys, he said, as he collided with one. But there we go. There is that completed. Warp through 3 regions cumulative. That's something that we can do, especially knowing a fairly consistent way to get to that one. And so let's aim to do that. And this is not going to get us pips very quickly, but it will get them consistently. And of course I'm going to panic a little bit, because that'll happen in these games. Every once in a while you'll do something that's not quite optimal and put yourself into a situation that you don't recognize, and that can be frightening. And so how you react to those situations is unpredictable, and it will determine, to a certain extent will determine your consistency. And of course consistency means attempts, and attempts mean success. Or not exactly, but you need attempts. You need multiple attempts. Especially in a game like this, you really have to try things over and over. Alright, so we did not get the portal that time. Ooh. That was another panic situation where I didn't have a clear idea of how I was going to actually get out of that situation. There was a world portal. So that's what we want now, because that's how we're going to get those 25 tries. And so we just need to keep trying that, keep grinding at it until we manage it. Just keep trying to do the same thing that we do every time, and try to deviate from it as little as possible. Like, I know we go between those 2 channels, and then I remember going to the left of that. We want to grab that energy, stay out of that shadow, go between these 2 channels, and just keep that straight line. Keep that line really consistent. We came out in a different place though, so I don't know what exactly I'm doing differently, but it seems like I occasionally come out through a different obstacle. I don't know if that means that we're really far off, but this looks very different from where we were previously. Probably should not have taken that, because that's going to take us straight out of Region 2 into Region 3. And I remember that there were world portals in Region 3. I don't remember where they were. But I believe that has actually saved us some sun time. Oh, and there we go, using that up. Looks like we might be able to get this energy. Maybe not. We went way too high. Now we have to go through this with some sun problems. Yeah, running out of light is always a problem in this game, and this seed seems to be, not giving us a lot of wiggle room with that. And we just want to keep looking for those world keys, world portals. We want those much more than we want the region portals. Those will do a lot more for us. So we're catching up on speed now. Starting to catch up with the sun. And there's another one that will help us out considerably. Region 4 has been where I've been running into a lot of trouble, and there we go. I don't really know how to deal with that. Should have jumped. We got 25 tries in one region. I'm not sure how that happened. Power turning attachment. Equip this attachment to turn faster as if you weren't twitchy enough. And an alertness decal. For obvious reasons, we have given you the alertness decal. So there we go, leveling up again, and reach 20 multiplier is the next thing we need. And of course, warping through more regions. So we do actually need that. I had forgotten that we do actually benefit from that. So that's good. I think we have a lot of things that we are very capable of doing in the near future. We can give one good shot at getting that 20 multiplier. We might need to switch back to third person in order to do that. I haven't really made a decision whether one is easier than the other. It feels like they are nearly the same, but there's something a little bit disorienting about first person that I can't quite put my finger on. It may just be that I'm not used to it. But it won't confer any benefit other than being slightly more fun if I do get used to it. And that was just me not paying much attention. So we barely even got a shot at that. So let's give it another one. And this time, actually, I want to do things a little bit differently. So let's change the camera back and give it another shot. And we're going to go to the left this time. We're going to go down this thing. That's going to give us a lot of tries. And we're just really going to want to avoid bumping anything, because that hurts our multiplier. And we're going to be aiming to get as many tries as we can. And so we're going to be looking for opportunities to, jump for tries, or, take some kind of riskier paths to get more. Already at 7 multiplier, which is pretty darn good for this early. There have been some seeds where I got 7 multiplier at the end of a stage, though I think that might have been with a previous default multiplier, which always confuses things. Makes it very difficult to compare between runs. Alright, so that killed our multiplier. That was unfortunate. Those windmills are very difficult to read, and I don't really understand how they work. Like, why sometimes they're just impossible to get through. We could have benefited from that. Warp. But, yeah, we didn't get it. That's fine. We'll just keep going. We can't really get that. And there's the end. So, yeah. We did fine. I think that was an entirely productive run. We've made some progress. I might do more off-camera grinding, especially for that turn left through 2 regions. But I think that's where I'm going to leave the episode off. I think, I would like to hear if you have any particular thoughts about this. But I think I might do this where I play on camera, I play off camera. I do more of a little bit of a travel log. And just kind of show you where I am at, show you what progress I've made, and then try to make a little bit more progress. And I think that will take us through things a little more quickly, and have a little bit less grinding, and kind of save on the amount of editing that I have to do. If you want to see the whole thing, if you want to see everything that goes into the sausage, leave a comment. Otherwise, I think that's how we're going to do it. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.